Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Jazzy View Store Sasquatch here, and we are doing our streaming Saturday. I watched Friendship, directed by Andrew DeYoung, starring Tim Robinson as Craig, Paul Rudd as Austin, Kate Mara as Tammy, and Dylan Grazer as Steven. Suburban dad falls hard for the charismatic new neighbor. May 23rd, 2025. It didn't have a budget on it, but it made a worldwide of 16.6 million, I believe. Pretty good take considering like the awful May that it was when you like look back at all those movies. Honestly, I give this movie probably a C plus. I didn't think it was too terrible. It had its funny parts. Tim Robinson is absolutely unhinged in this movie, which I think is awesome. I showed my buddy his picture, and he told me that this guy does a show, and I was like, he must have like a very specific type of humor with his show. And my buddy was like, right, because I could just tell by just watching that movie that this guy has a specific humor. I dug the humor, I really did. I love the dark humor. I think you guys kind of see that with some of the movies I like over the last couple years. And this one is like really like demented here. We start basically simple enough. The Tim Robinson's character, um, Craig, goes to Austin, who is played by Paul Rudd, and returns a package that he had. And doing so, like Austin gets curious about it. We kind of see Tim's day at work, which is kind of like he's kind of like not like a nobody, but he's just kind of like trying to fit in with everybody. And then we also kind of see how his home life is with his wife, and then just kind of a whole weird dynamic there the whole movie because she is so much more attractive than him. One, and everyone kind of points that out, and two, like it doesn't seem right. I don't know. And then Jack Dylan Grazer, we meet as Steven as the son. We're I think and then that's when he goes back, finally hangs out with Austin again, and then the chaos kind of from there unfolds. He kind of spins out of control, meeting all of Austin's friends. I don't know if it was like first time jitters or whatever, or just like anxiety in itself. I don't know if like the dude had a history of that shit, but it does not go very well. And from then on, Austin kind of rejects him, and that's like really when it gets like wild and out. I think at a point in time, he reported his wife missing. I'm not even really sure she was missing. I just think he tried to do it to hang out with Austin and get Austin in trouble because they end up in a jail cell. I probably ruined too much of the movie for you to continue. I'm sorry about that, but I will put a spoiler tag on this. The humor is awesome. The like kind of the music behind everything is awesome because it is like a more of like a metal music. Even I was kind of like listening to it, and I was like, wow, it's kind of heavy, awesome music that they're playing. I think Slipknot was one of them. And as an Iowa boy, of course, you know I'm gonna love Slipknot, and anytime we can reference that, the the humor in it, like I said, it's very dark. I do love the dark humor. I love the ending of the movie. I won't go into that. Um, yeah, I definitely would recommend this movie. It is on HBO Max. Trying to like just remember like there's one more thing I was gonna bring up. It's like this movie is kind of like a build as like a dark I Love You Man. I wouldn't say it's that far as I Love You Man, but it is definitely like the tone and everything of this movie is so like unique to A24 that I think that if you're a big A24 fan, you're definitely gonna like this movie. It is like the A24 movie. I think so. I think you'll be going to like expect a little bit more, or you should expect a little bit more. If that is what your like thing is. If you don't really like A24, I could really see you not liking this movie because, like I said, it is so A24. And Tim Robinson's, let me make sure that's his name again. I got all these. Yeah, Tim Robinson. His humor and his like facial expressions, and just you can just tell that he has like a really like comical, dark side to him, and like the stuff he like laughs at, and like his facial expressions throughout to kind of make this movie. At the same time, like Paul Rudd's like everyday kind of guy kind of works too here because that's what you want kind of Tim Robinson to like, you know, like that you could believe that someone would fall into whatever this was. It says like he fell for like a love. I think that she just like kind of fell for the companionship of like a friendship that he just didn't have, and not like he was fell in love with him, but he fell for that kind of trap with the everyday guy, like macho, or kind of not macho, but like everyday news weatherman, musician, kind of multi-talented guy, and Paul Rudd. And it's perfect because Paul Rudd's like charisma is kind of that, and like I feel like Tim's charisma is like that. So when they're kind of playing and everything, that's where the chemistry comes from. So definitely check this movie out. Even though I gave it a C plus, I just gave it a C plus because that's what I was trying to explain. Is there's gonna be half the people that don't like it just because it's A24, and then there's gonna be people that like it A24, and the people that are like objective will be like, yeah, the movie was good, but I mean, it wasn't like a classic. So C plus. And it was and that was Friendship, directed by Andrew DeYoung. Um, let me know in the comments below if you guys have like ever experienced any like crazy friendship like this, because this is definitely a unique type of. This definitely isn't like a unique type of situation. Like you could definitely see like something like this unraveling in real life. So let me know if anything like that has ever happened to you in the comments below. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please have a good rest of day or night. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comments section. And see you next time in the cave.